All right, folks, I'm back again. Tailgate Talks, March 24th, 2021. Lord, if I'd have known I was going to live this long, I'd have took better care of myself. I want to talk tonight about talent. And, I'm going to leave it at that. Um, and when I was growing up, I played baseball, and I was pretty good at it. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying I was pretty good at it. And I always played in rural area leagues, and we would go into the cities, and them city people thought all them country folks, they can't do nothing. Well, we whip that ass and it'd piss them off. It was kind of funny. But what I'm getting at is a few years ago, I was going to help a guy coach a little league team. I would have enjoyed that. I like working with kids. I really do. But the more I talked to him, I said, hey, are we going to be able to pick a team? Are we going to be able to win? Well, the way it was you had a team of children, and I can't remember the number that was going to be on the team. It was more than you needed. You need 9 members on a baseball team to occupy the field. There's 9 positions. And I don't remember. Normally, I think we'd carry 15 or 16 just for alternates, or somebody got hurt, or you needed a pinch hitter or something like that. And he said, no, it ain't quite that way anymore. You got to let every child bat. Every child gets to bat. Every child gets to play. You rotate them in, rotate them out. And don't get me wrong, I declined the offer to help him. And it wasn't because I didn't want to help the children, but my beliefs in that was that's not the way it should be. Because when I was growing up, coming up through baseball, we had people that applied themselves and strive to be better. And were good ball players. And we made a winning team. And then you had some that, and no fault of theirs. It was not anything against them. They just was not talented in the art of baseball. I'm gonna leave it that's that simple. That's as plain as I can put it. Now, if you're growing up and you want to try to do something, you need to have enough sense to know that you're not talented enough to do it. That don't mean you're not as good as somebody else. That just means that you're not talented in what you're trying to do. You may go down the road and you may find a talent that nobody else has got and make you a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever. That's no strike against you. But society comes along and the parents, and they say, no, I want my son or my daughter to play baseball, and you're going to let them play. Well, if you don't really put a whole lot of thought in that, it don't seem that terribly bad. But what that does is it causes all of the other kids that are striving to be better and to do the best that they can and excel, it waters them down because there's no incentive to really try hard anymore. There's no incentive to hustle. There's no incentive to do anything. Everybody's gonna get a trophy. Everybody's gonna get to bat. Everybody's gonna get to play. And this is gonna piss some folks. I don't care, y'all. I'm tired of it. I don't care if I piss people off. People need pissing off. That's the problem with society now. Is everybody's got their feelings on their sleeve, and the truth hurts, and they don't like it. But by God, that's the way it is. And I'm done sugarcoating it, and I'm tired of dancing around it. But if you take a baseball team, and this is just it's just an example of society. You got 9 people on that baseball team that are damn good ball players. They want to play ball. They study it. They practice. They read on it. They watch Major League Baseball. They watch everything. But then when you go down there and you got a team and you got these kids that come in, and this is not against the kids. That's not where this is going. It's nothing like that. It's just that these few kids that come in, they're not ball players. They've got other talents. Don't get me wrong, but it's not baseball. But you put them on the team, and you tell the ones that are hustling and trying to do their best and excel at it that they're going to have to sit in line behind these ones that are not so good at it. Well, you know, grown adults can make their own mind up and overlook that, but kids, they're not going to. They're going to say, well, hell, why should I hustle? If he don't have to, I get to play regardless of what I do. Well, let's back up just a little bit and think about the ramifications of that long term. All these kids grow up, you know, I grew up having to hustle and scrap and scratch and make my way. Well, I feel like that builds a solid person. It gives you guidance in life. It teaches you to work for what you want to have and have nice things because you work for it and it belongs to you. Not because somebody gave it to you. You earned it. There's a difference in something you earn and something you've been given. Something you've been given don't mean what you earned, and that's a fact. And y'all can think whatever you want about what I'm saying. I honestly, folks, I don't care anymore. It's how I'm gonna speak. You know, growing up, I watched these kids that I went to school with, and you know, don't get me wrong, my family was not poor by any means. They were not wealthy by any means. But we made our way and we done fine. But when I was 15 years old, fixing to turn 16, I couldn't wait to be able to drive. And my daddy, he worked at a local mill chemical plant. He made decent money. We had a nice house. We had a nice life. Everything was great. And I don't resent anything that happened in my growing up. But we went with a tow strap. I found a Chevy Love truck. And we hooked a tow strap to it and pulled it to the house. And I worked on that truck and I put brakes on it and I tuned it up and I got it running and I redone it. And a neighbor guy down the road that really liked me, he helped me. We painted it. We put bumpers on it. I had a nice little old truck when it was all said and done. And my daddy bought me that truck. He paid $150 for it. And I was as proud of that truck as I could be. And I took that truck and I fixed it up and I put wheels and tires on it and put carpet in the inside and fixed it all. Well, I sold it and I bought me a nicer truck. And I worked on it and I polished it and I fixed it up and I sold it, bought me another truck, and I worked my way up the ladder till I had a nice truck. But nowadays, you go to the school parking lot. When I was in school in high school, when you drove through the school parking lot, they was various assorted trucks from shit that wouldn't hardly run to Lamborghinis. I take that. They wasn't no Lamborghinis, but they was BMWs and Porsches and stuff like that. Those were your wealthy people. And even some of them were pretty good people because their daddy didn't just give it to them. They made them work for it. But there was a bunch of old trucks and junk that people had worked on and lifted and picked up and made, and they built it themselves and they were proud of it. But you know, when my youngin' was going through high school and I'd go to pick her up and drive through the parking lot, the school parking lot is full of F-250 diesels, $100,000 sports cars, you name it, right on down the line. And it's cars that these folks' parents have just given those children. And y'all, I am proud that they can afford that, and that's a good thing that they can. That's American prosperity. However, They have not taught those children any responsibility or anything about earning their keep or making their own way or paying their own bills or anything. And it has become rampant in this country where I live that's how it goes. You know, I grew up, I traded, like I said, I traded trucks and I traded up and traded up and traded up till then I got married, I bought me a house, fixed me up a place. I've lived on my own ever since. I never went back home to mom and daddy. I just never have. I hadn't had to. I've been fortunate. I've been able to make a good living all my life. But I attribute that to the way I was raised. And anymore, we're not raising children that way. There's something to be said for a person that earns what he's got, but there's also something to be said for somebody that hadn't earned anything, but they got it anyway. Those are the ones that I just don't think they're solid. They're not solid people. And in the long term, they grow up and they don't contribute like they should. And this is nothing personal. This is just my opinion on the way things are in general life. You see it every day. I mean, you'll have a family that the parents don't work and their young'uns are starving and poor, and they get a check from the government and hell, they go buy a Harley Davidson motorcycle. I mean, come on, folks, what is that? I mean, tend to your people, you know. You got wants and you have needs. The needs should come before the wants every single time. Every time. Every single time. If you need something, you need it. If you want it, that's a different story. Hell, I want all kind of stuff, but I don't need it. Yeah, I'd like to have it, but I don't need it. Really don't. That's the way I see things going, and entitlement makes a bunch of spoiled people and rude people and people that think they're better than other people, and they've got no reason to feel that way. Nobody's better than anybody. Nobody. It is what it is. Where you're at's where you're at. And you know, if you earned it to get there, you're a better person. And that's my opinion, and I'm going to stand on it. And like I said, I don't give a damn if it offends you or not. That's my opinion. When you earn what you got and it's yours and you bought it and you paid for it solely, you're going to take better care of it. You're going to appreciate it. You really are. That's just like the baseball team. If you applied yourself and you played hard and you studied it and you practiced and you got good at it, you're going to be a hell of a ball player and you're going to be proud of it. But my God, if all you know you got to do is walk out there and show up and you're going to get the bat and you're going to get to play, don't matter if you catch the ball. It don't matter if you hit the ball. But you're going to get a time at the plate. That ain't fair to the achievers. It's really not. It just isn't. That's just how I feel about it. I mean, if you can play baseball and you're good enough, you deserve a spot on the team. If you're not, you need to find, maybe you're good at soccer. Maybe you're a better swimmer. I don't know, but you need to find out what you're good at and do it. But don't sapsuck the ball team down just cause you feel like you need to sit there. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna sign off tonight. It's late. I've been getting to bed late. I've been working a lot of hours. Had a stressful week. Y'all have a good night. I'm signing off from Tailgate Talks. See you later.